and ESEA.
Hey Future Pros, back on Overpass today with another T-sided smoke. This one is thrown from spawn and lands in the doorway to bathrooms. To master this tricky smoke, hop onto the railing. Line up in between these 2 points, aim to the right side and close to the top of these leaves. Then throw the smoke. It may take a few attempts to get it down, but I have faith in you all.
Welcome back, everybody, to the ESL Pro League, where Big finally take down Heroic in what would seem like a match of who can throw away a lead the best in the end. I mean, Heroic were 8-2 up. What went wrong after that?
Seems to be one of those nights, Chad, isn't it?
Yeah, you would say a hot match, though. Both teams had to sweat. I think they'd obviously be disappointed. Big in the fact that they could have closed that out towards the end there. They were actually looking like they were, I guess, playing a better brand of Counter-Strike. Yeah, you know, those are pretty easy to win most of the time. And then you had Heroic with that 8-2 lead that you're talking about. They could have had, you know, a 12-3 kind of half. It's just Nico inside, once he was exploited, that means as the T side you can play those rotations, and Big did that very well and were able to put together a decent half, all things considered. But I think, you know, once we get into overtime, that's where I was really impressed. I'll try and have some positive notes there. Big made some really good plays, some really good reads. I like that last round of overtime where they did that gambit play inside pushing and going with that aggression because they knew an inside hit was imminent. And good stuff in the end. A bit disappointed is the basic theme, I think.
Yeah, another theme is like the B side in this map. It seems like both players, Nico on Heroic and Tabson, interestingly enough, on Big, were exploited on that B bomb site. I mean, yes, in the beginning of the round, you do have to be there by yourself most of the time. Most teams cheat that 4-player towards A in case of a fast outside push, right? You have that extra player to stop it. And the inner player, it's not, you know, the end of the world if you lose the site. You just need to prevent the T's from advancing towards the back of the trains and gain ground. If you can do that, then you can probably retake the bomb site. But both Tabs and Nico would die pretty quickly into the push, and you know, that will allow the T's to gain ground, and that's where the rounds fall apart for the CTs.
Yeah, I highlighted in the pre-show, you know, that I thought for Ivy would be a section of the map that Heroic could exploit, and they did pick Kiev off a couple of times. The problem is, when they picked Kiev off, the way that Big dealt with it was they didn't even really worry about that part of the map. They just pushed up close to mid and Pop Dog and played those kind of... They took a risk, right? They took the decision of, hey, we're going to take the fight somewhere else, assuming Heroic will drop back. If Heroic tried to exploit that section of the map more and actually made the pick and then had numbers, they could have done like inside splits because it was almost a free avenue for them to take. It just didn't seem like that was their game plan, unfortunately.
And before the game, you were talking about Tabson and saying how he was going to be a player to watch, and in the end, he was. There was quite a few pivotal moments where he really clutched up, a few 1v2s. Is he someone that's just going to get bigger and bigger in CSGO, do you think?
I think he'd have to get picked up by like the likes of like a Mouse Sports or a FaZe or something like that if we want to see what he's actually capable of. Right now, he obviously is getting a lot of kills and he's putting a lot of frags on the board. But when you're in a team where you don't have a lot of stars around you, you are going to find more kills and more is expected of you. You're set up to do these things. He has a lot of freedom in the way he can approach the game. So that's also another positive for him, finding a lot of frags and a lot of impact. But I actually thought Legia was the one in the end who had the most influential plays, where he had a couple of good flanks. He had that way they should have closed it towards the inner bomb site where he flanked and got those 3 kills with the FAMAS. Just wasn't to be.
Wasn't to be in the end, but, well, a victory does mean we now move over to map number 2 then. It is going to be Overpass. Initial thoughts from you guys on how this one's going to play out?
Well, this has been a heroic map for quite some time. I mean, even in different iterations of the roster, I think it's been one of their better maps. They're always known to be good on the custom maps, right? Cobblestone, Overpass, Train, the maps that are, you know, more tactical because you could really prepare on a map like that. They have a strong Opper in Yugi, who didn't really have the greatest of games on Trains. So this is a map where you probably expect them to pick up the slack. Also, Snappy was their best player. He's the in-game leader. You don't really, you know, it's not his job to be top fragging. His job is to lead the rest of the team. So I think if their individuals step up a little bit, Heroic can get the revenge here on Overpass.
Yeah, I think obviously Yugi is the key factor, right? And we can say this time and time again, but it's so important for this guy to, find those opening kills, and he does seem like he's able to do it. He seems to have a pretty good grasp on finding those frags. The problem with the team is they don't seem to be able to consolidate from that point. They can get that, but they always seem to crumble. And the second star in this team, in my mind, is meant to be Nico, but he hasn't actually been able to step up. We saw tonight he was the issue for the squad. He wasn't able to be the guy locking down that inner bomb site. This heroic roster is always going to be, I guess, hampered by the lack of stars, and I don't know how they're going to be able to change that going forward.
It's definitely going to be a tough one. I think this matchup is going to be similar to what we've just seen. I think it's going to be a bit back and forth. It seems like neither team can close anything out at the moment. It's a bit reluctant to finish a game off. But I look at results. I mean, Big did actually lose to FaZe on Overpass. I know I said they lost it on Train, but they didn't. Thankfully, I have an analyst to correct me. Heroic, they've beaten Na'Vi, they've beaten Hellraisers on Overpass. So I think they're both comfortable on this map. But if you had to go for a favourite, who would you say is going to take this one?
I think Heroic is better on the map, but maybe Big because of the way the map ended.
Yeah, I think Heroic are going to be very disappointed with that map loss, right? And Big, the way they finished that map, were looking stronger to me. So I would back them in here to kind of carry that through. But Overpass is a map where you might be able to see a lot more of those flanks that Legia was bringing in, because you can, as the CTs, get behind players quite often. So I think that would probably play a factor. He seems to be feeling it. He seems to be finding space. And when Legia is getting kills, that's normally a good sign for Big.
Momentum plays a little bit of a part in these weird kind of best of twos, but not best of twos. They're still drafting and banning like it's a best of two. So you got to be very careful about these games. You want to make sure you at least reset and go again, because there are some valuable points on the line. But we are going to throw this one over to the casters, because I believe the game is ready.
Yeah, the game hopefully will be ready soon. We are still waiting for this one to start up, but yeah, it's very exciting times here for us. We are chomping at the bit to get this one started. Good to hear from the desk. Yanko not so much as the others, obviously. It was a little quieter, but he got into it eventually. All got sorted out. But
They've got to give Chad a chance, let his voice be heard.
He is quite quiet, isn't he, old Chad?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a vocal one. No, very passive. All of that aside, what do we make of this? Because I don't know where to put these two teams, if I'm honest.
It's difficult to gauge much from the first game. It seemed like such a one-sided stomping in the first 10 rounds, and then all of a sudden Big just turned up, and then it was just really disappointing from Heroic in general. Key players like Modi and Nico just handing frags away on a plate and allowing Big to have lots of work with there. And it wasn't my favourite kind of approach in that sense. I felt like Nico, he's going to be regretting that game. He's very good at inside normally. Yep. Yugi had a okay game, but wasn't lights out. Wasn't world class by any stretch of the imagination. No. But here we go then. Overpass. It's a fresh start. Just to know as well, Big winning overtime just get 2 points on the leaderboard of Pro League, and Heroic, even though they lost, still get 1. So still something there.
So you're still wanting, especially into this game, then to keep, maybe pick up something a little bit cleaner. So Legia and Gob both going for kits here with flashes. Interesting. No, I don't know. We
two
normally
kits.
See. Yeah, we don't normally see 2 players going for that sort of thing. But Heroic going for the snake through underpass. So the Glocks are being brought to bear. But Keith already going to find one. But can he make it away in time? Can he strike again? No, is the simple answer. But Tabson's in a very curious position. He can watch a lot from here. See if they go back, see if they continue. Oh, that's lovely. A little bit of a strike from the back. No real threat on board either. He can back away from this. God. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Tabson just running around them. Nico's going to try and pressure, but Tabson's already considering it. He's wondering, has anyone thought of this? And actually, Nico's angle was just far superior. Lands the shot better, a little bit quicker on the trigger, but everything's been seen. And now time's starting to dwindle, starting to run out. Nico and Modi have to find room to work here.
They can still do this. We've seen some throws in this matchup so far, especially from the Big side, a 5-on-2 situation with some very interesting play, I have to say, with the likes of Tabson and next. But still, it will be Legia tested first. He's not looking in the right place, but he does spot the weapon first. Luckily, he will come in on top there. It's the bomb going down as well. That should be round concluded. Doesn't want to fall back, though. Wants to nail the shot, and he gets gifted it. That's not bad at all. Well played.
He's been putting the hours in. He's on those DM servers doing that Boomio stuff. He's loving it. He's all about this life. When was this Legia formed? And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm not against this. Always good to see. But first round on the board for Big. Again, headliner for me was Tabson finding so much room. Yeah. Cleanly doing it too, not overextending this time. It seems like his head's been swiveled into place a little bit. But all said and done, Good stuff. Heroic, again, I just expect a lot from these guys. Again, I saw them last in their high point as well. I saw them when they were certainly doing really, really well. You brought up a point about Modi that I'd like to return to at some point, because he was one of those players that, you know, Mirage, wherever he's lurking, his timing was always so crisp, but it feels as though maybe GodB just had his number in that last map. But for now, we'll see if this can work out better. Tech 9s, CZs everywhere, a couple of flashes. Nex and Legia have to handle a lot here. Next, bit of tabseN chiming in from up above. This has been quite a costly round. 2 kills, a bomb plant, not bad from Heroic. Now can they do any more? Can they maybe make this a real competitive round? That's not bad at all. Estag there with the CZ. No more to be seen, but 3 kills, a bomb plant, not bad at all.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. They didn't get the bomb down in the pistol round, so force buy in the second, you get that bomb down, you find 2 kills, or 3 kills, I beg your pardon, and they managed to give themselves a nice healthy buy into the first gun round now. They won't be buying into the next one. They can still get some PT50s, even Deagles if they fancy it, but keeping the CTs modest, that's going to be the aim of the game now. Try and find 2, 3 more kills again. It's more unlikely at this point, considering that they only have the pistols, no armor, no nades, but just finding a couple of kills, just keep the reinvestments coming for the CTs. You can see even Nex and Legia down to $0 here, so just keep finding a couple of frags. First gun round comes in, CTs won't be looking too healthy. So far so good. Heroic 2-0 down, but still, it's not disastrous.
Now we see the, Deagle Bros out to play. 5 of them up. So it does get a little scary for Big. That many staring at you. If they can stay as this kind of squad, this pack of animals roaming through the map. But Kyiv probably not really wanting much of a fight on this, if I'm honest. No one really does. Just hold an angle, make them commit. Try not play into those. Modi getting spooked by the old smoke, and there he goes. There goes that boy, Kyiv. On the other side of the smoke, plays it out well. Maybe overextending on that one, didn't need to kind of play it forward. Barely had anything left in the clip, but that's all right. Nex is there, tabseN is there, and the threat has been quelled. Not much left really to look at here, unless Snappy does some miracle work, and that's not a bad first step, but I don't think he's surely not going to find tabseN. Surely they, stop playing this game, stop giving him chances. tabseN denies.
Yeah, a couple of kills, that's absolutely fine. We did say the reinvestments there still going to be challenging for the CTs. They definitely still have a full buy with the orbs as well, but they're not going to be swelling their bank accounts just yet with the orb coming through. Nice shots with the Desert Eagle. The Danes, seems like every Danish player seems to be pretty decent with the Desert Eagle generally. Nico on this team, I would say, probably the standout for them. But here we go, round number 4. No orb available for Heroic, but Kyiv, he certainly can. He goes towards the bathroom, drops the standard aggressive smoke on the steps, jumps up on the bench, waits for the flashbang to come in, pushes a little bit further than usual. We'll see where he can get anything going here towards the playground position.
No, and I kind of like what we see tabseN and GodB doing, but
this
puts a lot of pressure towards Nex and Legia, who seem well up for the challenge. Good map control already found from Big, good knowledge, but they need to buy time. They need to hinder that Heroic hit coming in, otherwise they'll be overwhelmed, and they know it. But do Heroic fall off this? Do they try and commit still? What's the game plan down the line? They still have smokes, flashes, bit of utility here and there, but they didn't default this out. They don't know if someone's slow playing through Underpass, if someone's working on the flank. They're going to send Nico back, but this will hinder approach. This will hinder time. They're down to a minute, so plenty of time to work with, but it's going to be hard for them to play back through toilets all the way up towards A right now.
5 on 4. And there's the wall bang from GodB, 5 on 3. All right, that's pretty good. You can hear them going towards the squeaky door. Takes one down. Perfect precision, and it will be Yugi to try and reclaim a frag here, but I don't think it's going to happen. It would take another blunder from the CT side just to give one up. Just keep running the time down here. Hold the crossfires, make them commit.
See if they can do it. Heroic looking for that.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, God, not again. Snappy having none of it. He's going to fall off this, and now you can see Yugi trying to pry into this site. He's looking for the way back in, but Nico, good timing, good synergy between the two. Next, can't adjust in time. Yugi strikes. This is better from Heroic. Even without the numbers advantage, they're making it count, and the only man in their way now is Gob. Whereas Kyiv, he's from up above, still keeping eyes on, supporting, supplementing this hold on the site, and now the last man is Snappy.
Oh, he can plant.
He can plant. And I'm wondering if they're even considering it yet. I don't think they are going to see that kind of snap in the back of their minds, and here it is. Finally, Kyiv going to start playing it around, but he knows that the bomb's going to go down. He knows that he can't leave the site particularly. And there's the angle. Well held, well done in the end, but risky at the end. But good stuff between Gob and Kyiv, because Heroic really fought back into that. They made that very competitive.
Yeah, they're not winning rounds, but as soon as they do win one, I think it will force down Big to an eco here. Like the fact that they're only keeping 2 players alive consistently here. GodB, luckily, he's staying alive. He's got 10k right now, so he can keep dropping weapons, but that's not going to last forever. The reinvestment will still keep them modest here. And here's the double HE grenade at the start. Lovely stuff. Just as the Molotovs are going down as well. Boom. Modi sent to his grave. 4-0. Money's still there for the tees with the loss bonus adding up now. The bomb going down as well, an extra $800 per player. Not the best of buys for sure, because that's $2,900, but 3 smokes, flashbangs, they have got the head arm up. Still enough for a very basic execution, but Keeve, he's looking to fight at the very start. They go towards B though. Contact play potentially here. Tap some of the nades. And the flashbang's good. Modi has to fall back here.
The one thing I will say about Legia is these flashes are damn good. It's the same we said for the entirety of Big. It's something they're so just keen on, the way that, you know, Gob and Legia do that sort of combination. It has really hindered Heroic, but this time I like the way that Snappy's actually not fully committed with them. They're still keeping some map control so they can fall off this. Last time they were kind of pinned into it. They kind of sent Nico a little late around the back lines, but now they've got maybe a little bit of a swing factor, but they have so little utility. They've got 2 smokes. Yugi and Nico are the only ones who can really set much of a play into place, and Snappy's maybe praying someone comes walking down, gives them a chance, but these nades go back and forth. Close enough. Yeah, it's not pleasant, is it? As soon as he tries to tender forward, instantly there's a little bit of a fight there. Now Yugi tries to pry in, unawares. Go! I thought he was going to have that gob. Somehow gets the shot off. Very close here, but you can see the read from Big. They're already backing towards A.
They are. Well, it's not gone well at all at the B-bombs there. Keeve spots one of the connector. Pretty much should have hit that shot, but still absolutely fine here. Snappy has snuck past undetected. That's a bit of a problem. Backstab almost certainly coming in. Keeve is dead. Nothing he can do about this. He's so young. Oh, he gets gifted a kill. Oh my God!
How the hell does he get away with that? Snappy, though, does strike, but you've got to be feeling that one after it. Snappy now lingering forward. Legia. This time he doesn't whiff like it was in Mykonos. And now the last man, Modi,
That's so unlucky. Just as Snappy probably called his clear. Come around, boys. Like he was holding such a deep angle there. He wasn't expecting it. Yeah. I thought he gets one. Okay, sure. But the second frag there, where's the refrag? Snappy needed to act a little bit quicker there. So bang. Oh. Where's Snappy? We know he's right there. Now he's coming in after 2 go down. Not quick enough, I'm afraid. He actually had that one ready to go. And unfortunately, it will be 5-0. Maximum loss bonus, but not enough for a buy. You know, bomb going down. CZ's, Deagle's, P250s.
This has been, you know, on a knife's edge, though. That's one thing I've got to say about this game. It certainly hasn't been all that one-sided. Heroic have been very close on this, but now the aggression from Big. Yugi going to fight back. There are still those upgraded pistols, and we know that these guys do some real damage. Got a good couple of players down last time, a bomb plant as well, but Yugi this time very alone, 30 HP. Want to see Heroic put some numbers on the board here. It's a shame to see them fall off in this sort of fashion. They've been getting close, and that's the thing. It has been close, but not getting rounds.
One thing I've learned about Pro League, Lauren, is no one ever gets battered. There's never a 16-2. There's never a 16-1. Trust me, this is going all 30 rounds still. So
you reckon?
No, don't worry about Heroic. They'll be absolutely fine.
They'll be back.
Yeah, like, you don't have to worry about that. We still got a game on our hands.
I feel you're jaded, Hank.
No, I'm just saying, statistically speaking, I don't think in the history of it we've ever seen a one-sided game.
Ever?
So, no. So this is...
He's having none of it.
It's not going to be happening.
Okay. I don't know if I can believe you yet.
Trust me.
Okay, no, look. Okay, what's a close game to you? What scoreline defines a close game? Or should we say what's a battering? That
battering is like anything below 16-5.
Christ. Okay, that's pretty harsh margins. Fair enough. All right, you've set the standard pretty high.
Like 16-5 is like a complete battering, right?
That's
then
a battering,
anything
right.
above, like anything between 16-5 and 10.
Yeah.
That's just like a one-sided game.
Okay.
And then anything above double digits, that's a close game.
Okay, so it's
I'm saying the battering.
Harsh,
I'm saying the batterings never happen, but the one-sided games they do. So
yeah, okay. Heroic.
It all makes
though?
sense. You know?
In Henry's mind, some strange things do make sense. But this is maybe their time to turn around here. Heroic. They're being proactive in approach. Take the time out, discuss. And what is there to discuss here? Because it does feel as though they're having a very hard time throughout this map.
They're really struggling towards the B side of the map here. They're not getting the picks they need. They're getting completely overwhelmed by the utility use. You know, the smokes, dropping the HEs in the correct places, the wall bangs are on point, Keeves moving around nicely with the AWP. No one's fragging for Heroic right now. Modi, 1 for 6, S-Tag, 2 for 6. You get the pictures. Yugi as well, the Orpa, he's only got 2 kills and there's 7 rounds in. Really need to start stepping up here. It's defaults pretty much every single round. They've tried a few contact approaches towards B. I think just basic map control towards long. We haven't really explored that area at all. Let's give that a go with Yugi, the AWP. They're going back towards the B side. They have 4 players heading that direction. Could work out, considering no one's there right now. Only 1 player now walks in. That's the Kia. But they don't fully commit just yet. They are setting up for some smoke, potentially, yeah.
I feel as though Big have maybe not actually got into their own minds, but read what they'd feel the approach would be coming back into this from Heroic, and it's just not been the case. But Goblin next can be very quick on the heels, but it's Keeve and tabseN who'll be very absent from this. Unless Legia can buy some real time, do something quite heroic himself in this sort of instance. I don't know what he can really achieve. This should be a full piece from Heroic here. Plenty of utility, good purchase. AWP on Yugi, here we go. Legia, what can you do? You are so damn blind. These flashes are very good, and yeah, straight away overwhelmed. Big, 4 players left alive, completely out of the sight, and Heroic can get great after-plant positions.
Might as well just save at this point, Lauren. I think this round's done. Even one frag going down, that execution's too strong. 5 players alive, you've got nothing in return, not even any damage. Bomb planted cleanly. That's what Heroic need to focus on now. I think the defaults aren't working out for them. They're getting bullied by the nades at the start, trying to find the picks. Now this is looking promising. Get towards B, drop all the smokes. Danish teams always are very good on this map. And you can see that was pitch perfect. They managed to get everything done, find the opening kill. It was a strange setup from Big, to be fair. That's why it worked so successfully. And he had Legia there by himself. They focused towards the connector. 2 players there. It was actually Next who was boosted up, looking towards short. And there was a small nuance we didn't quite catch. It was Next boosted up, looking towards the short pipe. He was looking at it for like 10 seconds, right? The moment he drops down, that's when the T's, like 3 of them walked out. So he had a chance of the AK as well to find 2 kills. And it just didn't happen for him. So it's a little bit unlucky in that regard. Big had the right approach. Just timing's working against them.
Yeah. So, well, the absolute dumbstring at 16-5 is looking less likely now.
I told you.
You've jinxed it.
Yeah.
It's your own fault for not having faith. That's how it
I didn't
works.
want to see it. I don't know what you're suggesting.
You don't like good old stomps, no?
Nope.
You want
I want
good,
overtimes.
Competitive... Shut
Every
up,
game.
Henry. I can't deal with this. I can't handle it. He's got into his casual attire. He's relaxed now. This could be a struggle. But, if Heroic brings some good CS, I'm more than happy to watch it. I want to see it. I miss seeing what those guys could bring. I want to see those individuals start to shine. But again, I feel that round was a little bit of a gift. And maybe looking for the same thing again here might not go so well. Seems somewhat similar at this point, but this time you've still got tabseN, Next, Legia all on standby. Maybe a late in the round rotate would be quite nice. Maybe catch them off guard. Let's see if they do it. If maybe they really want to throw a curveball. Maybe Legia has found somewhere that he won't get completely blinded from. But the molly towards Monster will slow them down. That splits half of this attack up. It allows a chance for Next to handle the guys coming through on their own, but he doesn't need the help. Legia all alone, so crisp in these shots. This guy is on point, and he hasn't stopped yet. That's going to be a follow-up, surely. Well, see, you hate to see it.
It would have been really
it
nice to get that 4th kill. That's like a highlight-worthy play.
That would have been.
But he whiffs the last shot, the easiest one.
Yeah, the one where the play's not chilling out.
He still wins the round, but it's always just like, it's like you're ready to high-five everyone, and you lose that one. He's like, well done, everyone. Good job. It was still pretty sick, though. Like, the flashbang was like really on point. It's a double spray down here. Flashbang comes in. He knows he's run out of bullets. It's like, quick tap, upgrade to the AK, but couldn't quite find the 4-man spray down, which would have been glorious. And that's going to be quite a harsh reset for Heroic. They did keep 5 players alive before, but they can still buy, right? But it's still down to the scout. AK's out, but lose this one, and it could be a very one-sided half. It'll be double eco territory as we enter round number 9 here. 7-1. Big. Looking a little bit more aggressive towards long as well. tabseN ready to flash himself out, and that could work out very nicely indeed. Keeve, he'll strike first. tabseN coming out towards long. He's got the AK in hand and heading towards playground.
Yeah, Gob getting flashed up himself, falling away from this. tabseN, though, so pushed up. Look at him. If he's feeling confident, he wants... Yeah, there it is. There's the confidence. He's tired of Legia getting the spotlight. He doesn't like that. He's not used to it. He wants it back, and he's certainly got it for this round. The 2 remaining players from Heroic are kind of surrounded on all fronts. It's a bit of an awkward one now left for them here. Nico, S-Tag, have fun playing out of this. You've got eyes on you everywhere you step. The first challenger appears. Goes down quite easily, Gob. Not the ideal step. Worth the information? Maybe. Let's see if it spirals any further. If they go up the stairs, you've got Keeve. They go out the door, probably got Next down the line. Legia's out of spot, and tabseN's watching the push up down the ladder, but again, the only threat comes from this short player. Next is kind of giving it all to slow down and do.
4-on-2. It's all gone horribly wrong for Heroic here. This is the big reset round as well. Last-ditch attempt to boost up towards short, use the smoke to their advantage, give them a bit of a veil as they observe the B-bomb site here, making a bit of noise, unfortunately, as well. So the jig is up, and tabseN will be coming in to strike from behind.
God.
Doesn't have to go for this kill. That was a little bit sloppy, but he does win the round regardless. It was almost certainly going to die in that exchange, but he's ready with the AK. He wants to try and find frags, and it does reset now quite harshly the T side. Here's the replay of this splendid round. You can't really do anything about that, can you?
No.
Sweet chin music from the playground area. Takes 2 of them down, and it will be 2K per player. And one flashbang and some P250s. That's about it.
Yeah, this is dire straits really for Heroic. Not the round you want to be remembering, I can imagine, for them, but if they can maybe overwhelm Kyiv with this flash, or maybe the one player at long, but there's no one actually on long. So again, that 200 investment, not really going well. Trying to bait something out here, trying to do what they can with what they've got, which isn't much.
Yeah, rushing long. Flash over. Oh, I haven't even got the flash anymore. Just run. Just run. Hope for the best.
Sound as dejected as Henry. Just run. There you go. Get a kill towards Tabson. Why not? Kyiv can have the fun for now. Oh,
It's actually going pretty well.
Why does it even get that close?
I don't know. That's strange. The P250s have seemed to be a lot more powerful recently. It feels like the last couple of tournaments, like especially players like Tabson. Obviously, it wasn't him that round, but like just finding like 6 shots, like at long range as well. We'll see how that. We saw it in Inferno earlier.
Yeah,
right?
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, like this crazy sort of stuff happening with him. There it is. That's sick range. Like, how's he done that?
I'm surprised we're not seeing more from the 5-7 after the adjustment.
Well, yeah, I don't think anyone's ready for it yet. I think we will
It's
eventually.
still in
it would
the
still
works.
take one player just to really step up and show like one amazing play, and then people are like, oh, you know what? I'm going to give that a go. Thing is, though, like it's either the 5-7 or the CZ, and right now the CZ's so prolific that no one really wants to experiment with the 5-7 just yet. The CZ's so good right now, and the 5-7, no one's really used to it. I don't think we'll see it at least for another couple of tournaments.
Yeah, interesting to see if it becomes something down the line. So now Kyiv gets played in from the nade, but no one's really going to be caught out. But look how passive Heroic are. They're literally in spawn at the moment.
Yeah, it's a very weak buy as well. Like I said, Archie reset, they got $2,400 into this round on top of their 2K. So enough for AK armors and smokes, but no AWP, and it's going to be Kyiv with the first shot there. They're just getting picked apart one by one, Heroic. They've had one decent round towards B with the execution. Everything else has been a nightmare. Good boost from Tabs, and he finds another kill.
And you've got to feel almost that round was a bit of a play to the benefits they didn't realise. There's only Legia there on that site at the time rather than the normal, necks and then Tabs.
Fortunate in that respect.
It worked for them, taking it away, but again, you've got to feel this could be the 10-0 at present, but it isn't. It is what it is right now. Heroic desperately need rounds on the board. It's all good and well to discuss money and good attempts, but
nothing like too special from Big this round, They're just holding the key choke points. They had a boost looking towards middle, which was nice, but Kyiv just hits the first shot, and it's Heroic just getting absolutely wrecked right now. Just one by one. They're not working together. I think the defaults, you scrap those right now. You've got 4 rounds remaining. Let's just go back to the set pieces. Go towards B. Don't even do a default to start. Get those smokes down. Let's get a bomb plant. Let's have a post-plant situation, because this is looking absolutely horrible. Modi, 1 for 10. Estag returning from horrible form at Mechanos as well, 4 for 10. I was hoping he would be the superstar to really fill those huge boots of Vald leaving, and so far online seems to be very good for him, but at LAN I haven't been impressed. We'll see what he can do as his career develops. Still a young man, and I'm sure as time goes by I'll see what everyone's been talking about. But so far Big just running away with this one. I'll have a look at the scoreboard while I'm here. 15 kills to Tabson, of course. Like, this having an absolute blinder. Kyiv, 14. The gear, not far off 10 as well. He's got 9 frags. In terms of the other team, no one really going for it at all. We've got Nico top fragging with 7 after 11 rounds.
And it's a shame, because there was, during the high points, a lot of play there. A lot of the players could turn up.
It's just 19 frags total on the T side. Like, it's not really working out for them, is it?
No, not really. Well, as the timeout has come to its close, the clock will tick down, and well, we've all just got to hope there's something maybe up the sleeves of Heroic here. I couldn't imagine what. It does feel just from the very base to the very tip of all of this, it's just been a big show. So don't see much coming back in for Heroic. I don't know how much depth they have to go to, but right now it's just pistols galore. So again, at least on the first map they did get the OT points as an additional rather than just the clean loss. That's a nice bonus for them in a way. Obviously wanting to win themselves there, but that's beyond reach. Now, this is a bit of a dumpstering.
Yeah. Well, CZs. There's not really much else I can say. Like, the defaults just aren't working for them. Like, Big looking very comfortable. They're pushing the correct times. They're getting decent map control. Flashbangs have been perfect. The smoke utilization at B has been very good. Legia having a strong game, like he did on train as well, is always beneficial to this team. If he can keep up with the pace Tabson and Kyiv is setting, that's always going to be great news. And there it is once again. Just as I mentioned him, he gets another headshot. Doing a great job of B here. Flashbang might work against him, but it seems absolutely fine. Finds another frag, and that's going to be round number 11 on the board. Heroic getting nothing done once again. They get 1 kill as Snappy takes down next, but the bomb's down, and he'll just be hoping that someone comes for a pincer here and maybe he gets gifted another kill.
All right, Snappy. Lovely knife as well. Look at that. Beautiful. Do you still have the default knife? No, you've got an upgraded one, don't you?
I've got a flip knife on the T side, like a butterfly one. I think one of the spinny ones go.
Beautiful sound.
And then I got like the rainbow one on the CT side. I don't know what they're called. I got like the
I like Henry's
rainbow
name.
flip knife.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's called. It's like blue, yellow, and red. If you know it.
Oh, yeah, I do. I know what you're into. That's fair enough.
I used to have some really cool ones, but
That's because you owned a dodgy skin site, Henry.
did I? I don't remember.
Don't remember that.
No,
Well,
that's-
Many years ago. No one remembers, really.
It's
Chad
all fine.
probably forgot a lot about it.
Everyone's getting away with it these days, you know.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, mate.
Apparently, like, courts don't even care anymore.
No.
Just
close
like, yeah,
it.
you know what, you're fine.
You
Off
might
off
get a
you go.
fine.
Yeah.
Maybe
Off
not.
you
You're
go.
all right for now if you pop.
Off you go. Slap on the
Snappy,
wrist.
why is Snappy still alive here? What?
He's gonna die. Oh, it's
I
the
lost
money
the
gone
time.
as well. Oh no.
I got distracted and enjoyed talking about something because, like,
Yeah.
no one's going to make that happen. Nah, that's right, Snappy.
Oh, that's a nightmare. So
Yeah.
yeah, he still had 1600 in the bag, so he gets another CZ and armor. It's not actually the worst part, you know. They have
It's
a full buy
not.
around him. Like some teams like will force an AK into that sort of round and have a very similar situation. So
Yeah.
it's not the worst. It's 11-1. We need a round on the board. It's just bad news, like considering the situation.
Yeah, it's gone down to that kind of like just clutching at straws here. You're just stacking up as what, pretty much 5 and just going as a team somewhere. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. If you nothing else is
The
working,
defaults
try and
aren't
go
working, so yeah.
try and go to something, right? And to be fair, this double stack on long hasn't really been seen much by Heroic, but this is a really good approach, actually. Taps are now done, and Gob was one of the flash players too, and nice underhand grenade. What?
Hello.
What?
Oh, boys.
What?
Oh,
How
no,
is
not
that
this.
happening? How is Gob even alive? He's
got
down
another
he's got
HE.
another nade. Please, someone put him down. It's a 3v3. It should have never been a 3v3.
God, yeah, that's a shame. Unfortunately, the run past from the smoke is always going to be 50-50. Runs past from the corner, and then somehow it gets one for the smoke as well, low HP, and just when they got the lead, it gets neutralized.
God. So let's look at the remaining situation. We've got Modi working through toilets. We've got this late aggression towards long. A little unorthodox, but I quite like it here. Keeve gets the play going in. He's jumping around the place, but he makes it work. He puts his feet to the ground and finds Yugi in the end, but considers where that remaining player will be, and it's Modi. He does make it count, but the bombs at long. You already have Nex up there, and Leggy is en route. Modi, quiet thus far in today's games. Couple of kills this round, though. Could do with a couple more.
Yeah, considering he's got 25 seconds here, does have the bomb now, but how does he get to a site? 2-on-1 situation. Gets his kill on the A area, then he has a chance. That bomb will be planted, but he's flashed, and down he goes, unfortunately. He has to just take a deep breath, run for the smoke and the flashbang. And just as they had a chance there, a window of opportunity, Lauren, it's shut down by the Gob B. And it's 12-1, and with the maximum loss bonus there, $3,400 per player. Oh. We didn't want to show you that.
No. Did
It
you
was
see
boring.
the thing with the Strats recently using their spray on the lineups?
I did. I have no idea. I haven't played CS in such a long time. Is there a command to remove the sprays once
I
they're
don't
like
think
remove
so.
decals? And you could do that in Source. You could just remove, press a bind, you get rid of them. But
You
I
have to
didn't know.
bind it to a key, but I don't think you can remove the sprays. I'm
Yeah.
curious. But interesting little way to approach it. It was just used on Overpass.
It's like I think you should just disable sprays in a competitive game. Like, sure, if it's there, use it. I don't have a big deal with it, but like, just to stop the argument. So anyone whinging about it, let's just get rid
Remove
of it.
it. Like, what
But the
do
thing,
they add
at
to
the
the
same
game?
time, though, we have their own team sprays, don't we now?
Yes.
So we can't really do that.
No.
So we're
It's all
stuck with it.
monetized.
We're stuck with it. Yeah, I don't have the solution. Yeah, it's quite a cool idea, though.
It's just naughty, isn't it? It's always good fun. But speaking of good fun, we're into maybe a possible situation here for Heroic. It's finally maybe a doable thing. I feel as though they've consistently been against the odds and not really ever prevailed. Never had that individual firepower to kick in and take them through it. Now they might have a chance. They've got Legia by barrels, and they've got Nico and Snappy working in. The Molly certainly going to help. That goes in towards up. They've got everything going on for them, but the Molly doesn't quite make it towards the barrels. I don't know if that's the intention, but even if it is, it's a terrible mistake. Legia's just buying time now. This is awkward. Nico, oh no! Oh god, that's not what you want to be seeing. That should have been every day of the week in the bag.
He
but
knew he was there as well. He spotted his head like a pixel of it, and he was waiting for the pre-fire. Legia, this nice little duck out, work out if he's there or not, and now it's Snappy. He needs to clutch this to have any chance in this game. There's a good tag up.
Nice.
We're going to be down to the 20-second mark, but not giving anything away. He has got the bomb. How does he plant it, though? He can't afford to go towards the A side. Smoke towards short. Now we've got something to work with here. Bomb will be planted. Is that the incendiary? Oh, it's a nade to the face. Down to just 50 points of health. 10 seconds now. Has to just hope for the best.
he's trying it, and yeah, Godby having none of it.
That's a nice play, though, because even if Godby dies then, there's only 5 seconds remaining. He can't plant the bomb, so that's fine. That's a sacrifice worth taking, and he still finds the kill. 13-1. This could be the stomping you were hoping for, Laura.
Henry, don't you dare agree. You know what's going to happen now. Why did you do it? You just jinxed it so badly.
13-2 is like the scoreline in Pro League. That's what always is overtime. I've never seen a 13-2 converted to a 16-2 ever in my life. So look out for that. Double orb setup now. Nex and Kiev. As we get aggressive towards middle, it's going to be 13-2, just to call out, by the way. Here we go.
Well, it's going to start that way. Maybe God will be your saviour. Maybe tabseN's going to join in on this. Snappy is still fighting the fight to take it to OT and then maybe win it there. But for now, it looks as though we may see a bit of a strong game, and we are. So on the half, 14-1. It's been pretty one-sided, to say the least. Henry, we've discussed that it never happens this way. Never.
Sure.
But it might be the first time. Maybe you're going to have the very one-sided matchup. Big recovering after a very shaky train performance. It seems to have converted through to here. Overpass, but can they close out cleanly? Will it turn into a close matchup? We're going to find out after the break, so do stay tuned. $14-1. Henry, I'm starting to believe
In what exactly?
that this could be the stomp.
All signs point to yes. Heroic do not win the pistol. It's match point, and then they have to force buy.
Are the server conditions good for this?
Right now, the server conditions are looking very good. There's a northern wind heading towards Germany right now, and it's looking very, very cold in the southern region. So we're going to see whether...
look.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think I found something out here. Because they're doing well on Overpass, because Overpass is based in Germany, right?
There we go.
Based in Berlin, all a bit of that.
Yeah.
You know, home field advantage. We love it. Love to see it. Love a good storyline. Hammer it home every day of the week. Until we hear the words Cuba, and then we get very excited by that over at Gfinity.
That's such a niche reference. But I
Four
like that you
people
brought it up.
will understand it. Chad might be one of them, but
Yeah, he knows the one. He knows
loves
it.
a bit
He
of
came to
Cuba.
Gfinity once, yeah.
yeah, he
So,
popped
there you
over
go.
for a day. But let's look at Big and what they're up to here. This is pretty sweaty so far. Look at that flash. Modi pretty blind here still, trying to play out of it. Having a little look here, but it's giving away the game a bit. It's going to force Heroic back towards site, and you can see Big trying to capitalize on it, and they're going to pinch from the back as well.
Wow.
This is just... Well, this is very one-sided so far, isn't it?
Yeah. What can you say about this one? It's going to be 15-1 for sure now. The retake would have to be absolutely godlike. They are heroic, but I don't think they'll be stepping up to the plate today. It's going to be Yugi getting tagged up, but finding frags is Nico. 4-on-2 now. They have got the kit to work with. I won't count them out of it just yet. One more kill, yeah, and I'll say that's probably going to be it. There it is, the final frag, and possibly the final nail in the coffin as well. 15-1, heroic.
It's happening, Henry!
At this point, though, like you know you've lost the game, right? And everyone will always say, "Oh no, we always play to the very end." Like, I'd be pretending that as the in-game leader. I'd be like, yeah, guys, it's fine.
Come
we
on,
can put this one
focus
back.
up, round
but in
by
my head, I'm
round.
just like, right, what am I doing after this? What am I?
Go and make
What
some
websites
dinner.
am I going on? Like,
Oh,
am
we
I
all
going to go
know,
outside?
We all know. A little more than we'd like, mostly.
Yeah, that's true.
But Big do have a huge advantage. I'm sure this game could be uploaded to some of those sites. It's been brutal enough.
Not safe for work.
Yeah, certainly needs
German,
that.
German. I'm not going to finish that. You know I was going with it. I didn't want to say that. I know we get in trouble if we do say naughty things here.
Yeah, well, look, Chad took his pants off for one
Yeah.
day and got into a lot of trouble, so let's not stay on this sort of topic. It could get a little lewd. And speaking of lewd, Big just running through him now. Absolutely not holding anything back. And your one man in their way is probably Moddy, or if we see a couple of those beautiful deagles. But by this point, it does seem as though this is somewhat in the bag. But again, UMP Mac 10, it's not ideal. No kit. So again, Heroic once more into the breach, has Nex.
Here comes the flash. Alley-oop. Not quite ideal, but got B finds the kill. Oh, we hated to see that. They actually flashed each other. That flash would have been so good. They didn't have the kits to work with here. Hope dwindling. 16-1. Verging, and there it is. The final frag comes in. Really nothing to get excited about. A really solid game from Big, I will say that. They've looked actually much better than they did on Train, even though they won that map as well. That was a really solid CT half on them. Didn't get to see much in the T half, obviously. Just won the pistol, that was it. Very, very disappointing from Heroic generally. They had one good round where they did the full execution, but only one player was waiting for them.
Yeah, and I do want to kind of talk through Heroic a little bit here, because we are waiting for the desk to get into position. They've got a lot to talk about, obviously. But the point is, what's been the main missing factors? Because it does feel as though there's a lot of things missing there. So
they've lost Vald, right? And that's just so gutting for them as a unit. Like, they've always had a good tactical approach. They've always been innovative with their kind of T sides as well and their executions. But now losing him, and S-Tag just not stepping up at all. Like, he looks absent, and even the Mykonos tournament didn't arrive at all. Online, he seems to have dropped off as well. It's difficult to lose a player like that and try and recover. And I think they're still trying to work out how they can make him come to life within this team.
Well, I can imagine there's a lot to discuss here, as we probably have a lot of time, so hopefully the desk really breaks this down in real depth, as I'm sure they would absolutely love to. So guys, what do you make of that matchup?
Well, it was a very big, large, I was going to say big, but I'm not going to say it. It was a large victory for Big.
Tremendous.
Enormous.
Gargantuous.
Gigantic.
I don't know what's going to be quicker, the game or this post-game segment.
I mean,
Definitely the game.
I feel like you both have a lot to say on this. I can feel it itching. I can see your shoulders are ready for it. I mean, talk me through it. What happened in that game?
I got 16-0'd twice. It doesn't feel good. At least I got one round. That's me done. What do you got?
That's all I got as well.
Well, okay, so like let's try and break down some positives here. I think Big played a very dynamic CT side. Fantastic to see.
It's true, but it's like when you look at that round, for example, where Gob stayed alive for way too long in toy, it's just, those are things that are not supposed to happen. Doesn't matter if, the read is good or not, if the play is good or not. Just Heroic needs to do a better job of the fundamentals, basically. Getting the trades, just getting the basics done in a better way. They weren't even, close to... in most of the rounds, they weren't even close to winning them.
The only round that they lost was the one where they took the gamble stack and played 2 in connector and 2 up close towards long and party, and then they had Legia playing solo B, and it just so happened that they went for a B execute, and then they just decided to save, which was the right call. That was the only round they lost. The rest of the time, their reads were on point. They had some good teamwork. They were actually peeking for each other, and I think Legia did a fantastic job once again over towards that B site. And there was one really cool thing. This is the innovation we talk about from Big. They had that party Molotov coming in, actually the playground Molotov coming in really early to stop the default from getting across there. I think that was a cool little thing.
Yeah, I don't think there's much else to be said. But just to wrap up today then, who do you think will be happier out of these two games, Big or LDLC, from those victories?
Big.
I think LDLC, because, just getting some wins on the board, doesn't matter how they did it, doesn't matter against who, really. Their individuals need confidence, right? They need to be able, especially in some of the matches that are going to come, to, have the confidence in their own skill, in their own firepower, so that if you don't have that, you're just going to get run over.
And they did get run over, and it was a 16-1 in the end. It was hard to watch or good to watch, depending on which way you look at it. But let's take a look at the results from today. As you can see, it was a 16-9 victory for LDLC, followed by a 16-8 on Overpass. And then we saw that overtime game, 19-15, and then a nice quick 16-1. Let's see how that has affected the standings then in Europe. Guys, Fnatic, of course, still sitting up there pretty, and apparently Heroic still managed to move up a couple of places, even though they lost games.
Yeah. All right. We'll assume that's probably
Well, I guess
wrong.
it's down to round difference, perhaps, but regardless, Big will be the happier of the two, and LDLC also remove themselves from that bottom spot. Instead, we now see Mouse down there, which is slightly concerning for me.
Temporary, I would say.
I understand this, Chad.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not wrong.
Yeah.
Because of the overtime rules. When you lose in overtime, you still get a point. So if they were tied with two teams in terms of the score, the overtime loss gives them an edge.
Some people will say you're a genius. I happen to agree.
Someone has to. I mean, it's not going to be me,
Agreed.
I'm not going to say it, but
Not
someone's got to agree. All right, let's have a look at the games tomorrow then and see what's going to be on stream. Hellraisers
my
versus
God.
LDLC, and then Big versus Godsend. Now, I know you have a little giggle, but I'm actually really excited for Big versus Godsend, especially seeing how they both came out of the Mountain Dew
Can I
League.
ask you a
Good,
question?
because we aren't.
Yeah. Why? Is it because they both came out of Mountain Dew League?
Yeah, because it's their first season in Pro League, and I
Yeah.
want to see how they do in this season.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
When I look at the first game, Hellraisers versus LDLC, I'm excited to see if the wolf will eat the dog.
Will the wolf eat the dog? That's the question
Isn't it little
from the
cat,
man
little dog?
himself. Is it a cat?
No?
LDLC, apparently, Lauren says it every time. It stands for little cat, little dog.
What? No, it's a
That
wolf.
doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't look
It'll
like a
be
wolf.
little dog, little cat. No, I don't know.
Regardless, let's see what matches we're going to see in North America tonight. Of course, we're not done with the Pro League. As you can see on your screen, Rogue versus Splice Energy are going to be facing up against... who's that playing as well? I can't even
Misfits.
see that. It's Misfits.
Misfits,
Yeah,
yeah.
they'll be playing. So that's the games for you
The
if you are
rabbits.
a North American fan. But we're
But
all
there's so
done and
many
dusted
animals.
here.
Too many animals.
Too many
Snakes,
animals. What's with all the animals?
rabbits.
Yeah, too many snakes in the
Save
scene.
the animals.
Is there?
Did you get that reference?
I need.
You don't,
I
do
feel
you?
like there could be a good logo made out of an owl.
You think so? Big eyes.
Yeah. Like we're
They can-
always
when
watching.
they go hands in, they
we're
can go-
always watching. You know, we never sleep. Things like
They
that.
do hoot with their
Certainly
hands
better
in.
than Big. Have you seen their social
Have
media?
you seen their jersey? Big's
Big
jersey.
game coming up for Big.
Well, big victory for them tonight, Yanko.
It was a large one. I'm still disappointed you don't know what Save the Animals is from, but
I don't know memes.
we will. It's not a meme.
Reference game is definitely not on point.
We'll talk about it later. Don't worry. But that is all us wrapped up here for Pro League tonight. It was a good night, a night full of 2-2-0s. Try and say that 3 times over very quickly. From myself, from the analyst desk, from the casters, and of course the whole production team. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we will see you tomorrow for some more games.